Are you new to PowerPoint and want to create a beautiful PowerPoint presentation or a slide deck? If your answer is yes, then you are at the right place, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful PowerPoint presentation to entice your audience. Hello guys, this is Online Office Teacher, where I help you manage your data and information through online video just like this one. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So if you want to learn how to create a beautiful PowerPoint presentation, let's get started. So to create a PowerPoint presentation or a slide deck, first of all, you need to open PowerPoint. So let's look at how to open PowerPoint. So to open PowerPoint, I'll go over to search, then I type in PowerPoint. As you can see, I've not finished typing, but I've gotten a best match. So what I need to do is just click on PowerPoint. And in here, you can click on blank presentation to start creating a new presentation. Or you go over to new, and down here below, you can choose from any of these templates. So assuming I want main events, I'll just click on it, and then I click on create. So this is how the template looks like. And I can click to add my title to build my PowerPoint presentation. Now let's assume I don't want to build from a template. So I go back to File, then I click on Blank Presentation. Having launched PowerPoint, the next thing I'm going to do is save my work. Saving your work is very crucial when it comes to using Microsoft Office programs, because there are instances you create a document or a presentation with so many pages, but you end up losing everything if something goes wrong. So first of all, I need to save my work to be as a safer place when something happens to my computer or my application. So to save PowerPoint, I go over to File, click on Save As, and I choose the location I want to save my work. You can click on Browse to go to whatever location you want. So this takes me to my documents. If I don't want to do that, I can easily click on Documents right here. Whichever way, it will all take you to whatever location you want to go to. So I click on Documents, then I give it a memorable name. So I'll enter PowerPoint Basics, then I click on Save. Now my work is saved, and on the title bar you see PowerPoint Basics. Now that we have saved our work, let's take a quick tour of the PowerPoint application. That is the various features you see immediately you launch PowerPoint. First of all, let's take a look at the title bar. The title bar displays the name of the application you are using, that is PowerPoint, as well as the name of your file. That is the name you use to save your file. As you can see here, I have PowerPoint Basics. That is the name of my file. And then PowerPoint. That is the name of the application I've currently opened. Next thing you see under the title bar is the ribbon, where we have Home down to Clipboard, up to Find, and then Editing. And every single ribbon is grouped into tabs. So currently, I'm on the Home tab, and we have the Insert tab, Design, Transition, up to Help. Now going back to the Home tab, you see that the Home ribbon is further divided into groups, where we have the Clipboard group, Slides group, Font group, Paragraph groups, Drawing group, and then Editing group. Now how do you determine which group you are currently working on? Now the Clipboard groups has some commands on it, where you have Paste, Cut, Copy, and then Format Painter. And there's a line that separates the Clipboard group and then the Slide group. That is the vertical line you can see right here. So in between the Slides and the Font group, you see a line that separates those two groups. Perfect. Another important thing you need to take notice of is the Slide area, where you can insert your text and other media. Next, on the left-hand side panel is the thumbnail area that displays the various slides you have on your slide deck. And finally, down here, we have the status bar that displays the number of slides you have, the English version you are using, and some other commands. So all these features we've just seen, we shall look at how to use at least one command from any of them. Now let's start building our presentation. As you can see on the first slide in here, we have click to add title and also click to add subtitle. Working in PowerPoint, you have access to these text boxes. All what you need to do is follow the instruction in here, that is click to add title, by just clicking on it and start typing away. So I'll give my presentation a befitting title. So I'll say Introduction to Computers. Then click to add subtitle. I'll just enter my name. Perfect. As you can see, my slide is very boring. So what I need to do is add a design to my slide. So I'll go over to Design tab. Now as I hover on any of these themes right here, you see a quick preview affecting my work. So currently I'm using this one here. Let me go over to the third one. You see a quick preview of my work. If I hover on this, you see a quick preview as well as this. I can even go further to clicking on this arrow to see more designs. So assuming I want to use this one, I'll just click on it to take effect. Now I'm done with this particular slide. So the next thing I'm going to do is insert a new slide to continue building my slide deck. And there are so many ways I can do that. I can click on the current slide, then hit enter key on my keyboard, and I'll get my new slide. I'll click on undo to remove it. Another way to insert a new slide, I can right click on the current slide, then click on new slide. Let me undo it again by clicking on the undo command. I can also go to Insert tab to insert a new slide from there, or the Home tab to insert a new slide from the Slides group. So whichever way, they will all take you to the same place. So I click here, then hit enter key on my keyboard. So on this second slide, I want to list the topics I'm going to cover in my presentation. So click to add title, I type in topics. Then click to add text, I'll list all my topics. So I've just created a slide deck using bullet points. Now I want to take my work further by creating another slide with some bullet points. So I'll insert a new slide, types of personal computers, and I'll list the various types under click to add text. So these are the various types of personal computers I want to talk about. Now at this age, it will be considered boring to build your slide just using bullet points. So I can take my work further by converting these bullet points into a beautiful design. So how can we do that? Let's take a look. So all what I need to do is highlight the whole of this. I right click on it. Then I go to convert to smart art. In here I have different designs of smart art I can go in for. I'll just choose a simple one by clicking on the first one. Perfect. So with this design, you'll be able to entice your audience as everything is displayed neatly and perfectly. Now if you want to take your work further, you can also go ahead and use visuals. That is, insert images for your bullet points. Let's see how we can do that. So I create a new slide. So I'll click to add title. In here I can also go with my types of personal computers. I'll just get a random title. This is just to show you how you can build your slides. So maybe I'll say nature and wildlife. And this brings me to another aspect of inserting slides. As you can see in here, I have click to add title on top and then click to add text. But here's the case, I don't want this particular text box. So I can go to layout, and from here I choose whatever layout I want. Currently I'm using title and content, but I only need title. So I click on this and the text box will disappear. Next I go over to insert pictures, then this device. You can also go for online pictures, that is if you are connected to the internet. So I go over to this device. I have my saved pictures here. I'll just open it up. I choose the first one, click on insert. I can use the holders right here to resize my image, and if I want a perfect size, I'll just hold down shift key on the keyboard so that I can resize. This is how I want it, and I can place it wherever I want. Now I want to write the name of this particular image, so I go over to Insert and I click on Text Box. Click under the picture and I enter Vets. I can change the font, so I'll just click on the text box to select it. Then I go over to the Home tab. Then I go to Font. Drop down the arrow and choose whatever font you want. So I want to use Cambria, and I can place it whichever location I want right there. Let me insert another image. So I go over to Insert, Pictures, this device, Nature, Insert. I'll resize it by holding down Shift to get a perfect size. I'll place it right here and I'll write the name of this image. So if I don't want to repeat the same process of writing, I can just duplicate this particular text box by selecting it and I click on Copy, then Paste. Just click on it to drag it right here. Then I change the name to Nature. I'll place it well. Perfect. Now I want to add animation to this particular slide. So to do that, I go over to Animations tab, select the first image. So in here, I can choose any animation type I want. So for this tutorial, I'll use Fade just to keep it simple. And I'll do the same thing to the text. Fade, Fade, and finally Fade. Now let's take a look of this particular slideshow to see how it will be displayed. So to do that, I go over to slideshow command down here. So the images will appear upon mouse click. You see that. Another click, another click, and another click. Now to exit out of here, I'll just press Escape key on the keyboard. Perfect. Next thing I want to do is to add transition to the whole slide. Transition is just the way my slides will appear when I'm finally doing my presentation. So to do that, I go over to the first slide, then I click on Transitions tab, and in here I have a whole lot of transition styles. You can even drop down the arrow down here to see more. I don't want to get overwhelmed by all these styles, so I'll easily click aside, then I choose Wipe. As simple as that. After choosing the particular transition style you want, click on Apply to All so that it will affect all your slides. Now let's take a look of our slideshow. So make sure you are on the first slide, then you go over to Slideshow. Awesome. So you can either use the mouse to take you from one slide to another, or you can use your arrow keys. So I'll use the down arrow key to take me to the next slide. I can also use the right arrow key to take me to the next slide. And finally, I can use page down to take me to the next slide. Awesome. Beautiful. So if I get to the end of my slideshow, I can just press the Escape key to exit the slide, or I can use any of the keys that will take me to the next slide, and I'll get a blank screen, and then final pressing will take me to my slides. So take note, it is very important to keep on saving your work whilst you are working. So to do that, you can press Ctrl plus S keys on the keyboard, or you go over to File, then click on Save. Awesome. So that's it on how to create a beautiful slide deck using PowerPoint. I hope this video was helpful. If you found value, kindly hit the like button, subscribe, and also enable the notification bell so that each time I post a new video on this channel, you'll be the first to know. Keep watching and we will talk soon.